But the British press, part of the British press is still quite critical of you.
Oh, they go at me the whole time.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
They say, oh, you're a rich man now, you only make money, you're obsessed with making money, you rub shoulders with all the unsavory people around the world. Does that bother you a lot?
No, it's just the way they are. I mean, first of all, it's just not true. They talk completely.
You're not rich?
No, not in when they start writing the stuff about, I'm part of Britain's. I think they were writing the other day. I'm about to join Britain's super rich or something. It's complete nonsense. For one thing, by the way, because I pay my taxes in the UK.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Right. Unlike some of the proprietors of some of the newspapers who non-domicile themselves for tax purposes, I actually pay my tax.
Out there, right?
Yeah. But also, what I'm building, I spend most of my time actually on unpaid pro bono work, and what I'm building is an organization which has got its business part, because I enjoy doing that, and that's important. But most of my time is spent with my charities or on my the Middle East peace process. Probably takes up. It's a single thing I spend, single item I spend most of the time.
So the conflict of interest accusations that you work for J.P. Morgan as well, and you use your connections in the Middle East to get contracts for them. No, not true.
No, it's complete and total nonsense. And this is thing about British politics. Is with the media, you've got basically two establishments, right? One on the left and one on the right.
You were never left or right?
No,
or
I was a centre ground politician. And basically, before I became leader of the Labour Party, we had never won 2 consecutive full terms.
Yeah.
And under me, we won 3. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I did that by changing the Labour Party. What these people want to do is they go after me because they want to discredit the new Labour brand, and they basically want to return British politics to traditional Tories fighting traditional Labour. Now, personally, I think that's not the right choice for Britain in the 21st century. I think that is 20th century politics and not sensible. But these, they're very powerful people in the media either side, and part of their way of doing this is to go after me the whole time, but now I don't.
Okay.
I got used to it while I was in office, and I
you
shrug it off now.
outside, so you don't get to read them. But you still go on the internet to read them.
Not really, no.
Finally, advice for Thailand. We have been affected by political conflict for at least 5 to 6 years, and you have been involved in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. How do we go about doing national reconciliation?
Do you mean in terms of your sort of political thing at the top, or
Left,
about the
right,
South?
Yellow, red, right wing, left wing, and we don't trust you at all. As soon as you mention something that is attached to your side, I'm totally against. I'll not even listen to your reasoning. How do we get started?
I think the most important thing for Thailand is to realize that it does actually have an immense opportunity, which is really should feature bigger than the disagreements. So I'm not saying look, this is not for me to say, but you have to work out a way of achieving this reconciliation in your politics because of the difficulties of the past years. But I think, it's easier to do that. And this was my experience, for example, in Northern Ireland. It's easier to do that if people have a sense of the opportunity that they've got. And the opportunity for Thailand is that ASEAN is one of the fastest developing areas in the world. You've got countries that are changing and offering real opportunity. Indonesia, right? Vastly different from where it was 10 years ago. Burma opens out. Vietnam in a very different position. Philippines, potentially, right? So if you take the countries in ASEAN, Thailand's got as good a chance as any to be the gateway of the world into ASEAN. Right? It's probably one of the best places to do business. Thai people are basically liked and respected. For all your political problems, there is an underlying resilience and stability in the Thai economy that's carried you through all the political change, the floods and everything. So I think, my advice would be, you've got to handle your reconciliation way yourselves. No one can do that for you. But I think if politicians from all sides gave people some sense of the opportunity Thailand has for the future, then I think you might find that reconciliation easier to achieve.
Finally, your family picture. Who is doing what now? Your kids.
Right, my kids.
Yes. Cherry, she's still doing her lawyer firm?
Yeah, but she's also got a foundation.
Yeah. And she competes with you for donations, charity?
She's doing very well, actually.
Really?
What she does is really it's about women's empowerment, right? So it's different, but it's very, very successful. And then my
eldest is
my eldest son is my eldest son is working in London.
Yes.
As is my middle son.
As?
Well, he's working at the moment for Morgan Stanley. Okay, but he's also very interested in politics.
Really? So he's following your footsteps?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. There's my middle son. Yeah, who's also working in London. My daughter is just doing her bar exams. And then this little one here is now 11.
11?
And he's just started his big school.
You don't miss him when you're traveling so much?
I do miss him when I'm traveling so much, yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We all know that Thailand is a country of potential, and if we can overcome political differences and work together, as Mr. Blair said, Thailand would definitely grow even more. See you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ